The soldier pulled off the safety of the grenade, then stood up and threw it in the air, just hitting the tail of the German fighter. The German troops on the fighter immediately shot back and killed him in the shell crater. In order to be able to leave the battlefield wounded, the soldier paid the price of life, because there was an unwritten rule in the French army in World War I that as long as you lost the ability to fight, you would be able to retire and go home. So a large number of soldiers chose to escape military service by injuring themselves. The bold ones would just hold the hot barrel of a gun and burn their palms until they were a bloody mess, while the timid ones helped each other out by pointing their guns at each other's palms and proceeding to pull the trigger at the same time. But in the end, they all ended up being court-martialed. Through the professional appraisal of the wounds by the military doctor, their superiors determined that they had intentionally self-inflicted injuries, and the downfall of being a deserter was to be sent to the center of the battlefield. The first deserter sent up was a welder who, having witnessed his teammates kill a German teenager, realized that the war was just a game played by the politicians, and that the child of a poor family was just a pawn and could only be reduced to a war casualty. So he goes around giving speeches to persuade his comrades to stop working for the politicians. Eventually, he is convicted of desertion by a court-martial for shaking the military's heart and sent to the center of the battlefield, where he sings a song in fear to bolster his courage.
Sur le plateau, comme les drapeaux.
In the end, he was killed by the German army with a single shot. The second one sent up was a coward. Before joining the army because of a woman, he gave his brother's ass a cut, so he was caught in prison. After the war broke out, he was forced to join the army to the front line because of the officer's hat in the P. He was sent to the battlefield as a deserter. He held up the white flag shouting to surrender.
Je suis pas français, je suis corse. J'ai rien contre les Allemands, j'ai rien contre...
A veteran just couldn't listen anymore, so he raised his rifle and pulled the trigger to solve his coward. And the last one to be sent to the battlefield was a teenager who was a brave sailor before joining the army. However, the first time he went to the battlefield to charge, he saw his comrades blown to pieces, and from then on his heart was left in the shadows, and he became extraordinarily afraid of death.